Following a news alert out of Greenville County, Greenville downtown airport officials say an active investigation is underway after receiving a report about a small plane with engine problems. It's a call that prompted a search in the Paris Mountain State Park area last night. An airport spokesperson says a radio call from outside the airspace reported that a small plane was experiencing problems with possible engine failure. As a precaution, the air traffic control tower notified first responders.
And they had received what we understand to be a broken transmission of a small aircraft experiencing engine failure and possibly went down. Still, the control tower is unable to confirm that the incident took place, but our departments, our agencies, along with Paris Mountain State Park staff, Sheriff's Office, EMS, and some other agencies around us, performed a thorough search from the road, riding around, seeing if we could see anything based on the information we were given.
And search crews did not find any signs of a plane and asked the public to report if they do find anything relevant. And now to